take place on 19th, today Monday, and the process since yesterday when we were accredited, and today, very early in the morning, the voting started, and everything has been going on well, apart from one incident that we found some cameras, they were recording voters. I don't know who was, the intention was, but the security and the EC will try to understand. However, if I'm given this opportunity this time, my main agenda is to strengthen workers' organizations. We have struggled because workers' organizations have not been strengthened. When workers are united, when workers are empowered, when workers are supplemented on their incomes, like other government programs, like youth, like women, like other interventions of our economy, of transforming our society, government must start thinking on how they can supplement and support workers who work every day from morning to morning, from morning to evening, from morning to morning. So we want this time government to support the interest groups, and workers should be part of that can be benefiting from government the resources.
We'll definitely be giving you details of what the results will look like and what does get to transpire. Now, Bardegela Ibiluza and former Gulu Municipality Member of Parliament, Leandro Komakech, has said he is heading to court, revealing that his legal team is already gathering evidence. Komakech accused the Electoral Commission of abusing its own guidelines and alleged that his opponent, Ojara Mapenduzi, rigged the election. Let's find out more details from Benson Ongom. Benson, I think it's already time for us to start preparing for a number of election petitions, but what are some of the issues that the former holder of this position, Leandro Komakech, which issues does he have in this regard?
Well, Mildred, Leandro Komakech, the former member of parliament for Gulu Municipality, is saying his votes were rigged in the favor of Honorable Jar Martin Mapenduzi, the incumbent. He says some of the results that came from Kasubi polling station, especially within the barracks area, were inflated figures, and he has spoken to some of the people that are in the barracks, especially the soldiers, who are willing to give him evidence, especially when he petitioned the court over that election. But he also says the Electoral Commission did not manage the election quite well in terms of the tallying that came from the different polling stations. I compared it with 2021 elections, that every result that came from a polling stations were mentioned, were read. And he says this was not read in time. But again, also leaving Leandro Komakech, Mildred, there's some of the constituencies where we are hearing the candidates who lost in those constituencies probably polishing their evidence to go to court. One of them is a Ru county where Honorable Odongauto lost with 55 votes. We've been told is setting off his evidence and some of the things that he have to go to court. But let's listen to what Honorable Leandro Komakech had to say about going to court.
Language and communication of the army in terms of our election process in Gulu City is becoming very contentious, and we expect this should not be left unchallenged. I'm a very law-abiding citizen. I respect the rules of any game, and I expect that when the rules are clear, the outcome should be clear. So the process was legitimate, but the outcome is not legitimate. And therefore, I have a lot of grounds at a legal level, at a scientific level, at a forensic level to challenge this process. Because if you look at how results were announced, it takes us back to 2016, where you only have a quantitative expression of an outcome without doing a legitimate order by order. Each polling station, this is what it used to be. But this time, it's just one statement that you got this without a proper and an authentic methodology that will leave everybody happy. So therefore, since the methodology that was used do not speak very clearly to what we expect, we shall go deeper to legally request for many procedures to be undone. Because at the end of the day, you cannot have one soldier voting 20 times, 30 times, and we have the evidence. And therefore, it is so forensic, and even all our video and all our audio and everything else, we shall leave the court to determine what they want. But as a citizen, I respect the rules. I'm very law-abiding, and therefore I cannot expect an outcome that is fraudulent to go unchallenged. That is out of me.
So, Mildred, again, whether that petition will go through successfully or not, been told is going to file sometime next week. Whether it's going to go through successful or not, it remains in the hands of court as well. He's also saying Electoral Commission has to answer a couple of things that didn't go right in that very constituency or during the polling station. Again, we have not been able to get comments from Ojara Martin Mapenduzi. What he has been able to say during the tallying, but also immediately after declaration, he said he's willing to work with all the people who contested with him to build Gulu City, but as well Badegela Ibi division. We continue to follow some of these constituencies in the Choli sub-region where the candidate seems not satisfied and they're headed to court. We'll continue to bring you live on NBS. Back to you, Mildred.
All right, thank you very much, Benson Ongwom. Let's get to see just how many of them get into the can. And remember, they take precedence over many other cases, and so they have to be handled expeditiously. Let's now cross over to matters local government, where the aspirants there and city mayoral positions have reiterated their readiness ahead of the elections later on this week. The candidates say measures are in place to safeguard votes and also ensure a free and fair process, while urging supporters to vote in large numbers and also security agencies to maintain a peaceful environment. Let's take a look. From Edgar Karuhanga. Well, for many people, it felt like elections are done, but we are still on until the 6th of February. What does it look like where you are right now?
Thank you so much, Mildred. It's very eventful, and all of the different aspirants, especially for the mayor position and city mayors, of course, and the local government, are continuing to culminate or end their vote campaigning. Now, these people are in different parts of the city trying to galvanize support to ensure that they are voted into power. I'll be filing more details about this report, telling you the different members that I've talked to. I was able to talk to Ronald Balimwezo of the National Unity Platform, and right now I am in Namwongo, very, very sunny here and hot, and it's one of the rallies or the meetings by one of the aspirants for the Lord Mayor position, that is Miss Beatrice Mao, who is the flag bearer for the Democratic Party, to paint a picture for us how it has been for her, and of course what she expects come Thursday. Many thanks for joining us on Live at 1.
Thank you.
Do you want to paint a picture for us how the campaigns are?
The campaign a bit heated up. It's very busy because we are trying to reach every corner where we didn't. That's why we are in Namwongo today meeting these people. But I want to stick to my 10 points. That is infrastructure, waste management, better housing, affordable housing, and better medical care, and so forth. And my message is very clear that Kampala is for everyone. And I want to voice up for the people.
And it has been a stronghold for the Democratic Party in the past, but in the recent history, you have not been able to claim a seat. How have you prepared for you to be able to win that election particularly?
Number one, I've been on ground for so long, almost the past 5 years, and now And I think this will be the beginning of a good thing for DP to revive back.
There have been challenges of vote rigging, especially from some of the opposition players who say that their votes were rigged. How have you prepared to be able to, maybe if you win, to be able to be announced winner and to protect your vote?
We are prepared. That's why you see I'm having a team here that love me for who I am, and they will protect my vote. And I have tightened up. I've tightened up. I'm not having one agent at a polling station. I'm having two. One goes to the toilet, the other one keeps an eye.
Wow, I can see that. Maybe lastly, among most of your supporters and the people here are females, and in fact in this race you are the only woman that is vying for the Lord Mayor opposition. How does that make you feel?
It makes me feel good. Why? Because the women, some of these are my mothers, some of them are my sisters, some of them are like my grandmothers. They have warmly welcomed me, and they're listening to me, and they're giving me their voice. And I just feel that it is time for service delivery. We really need to reach out to these people. And I'm sure when I'm in a city hall, their voices will be heard, and government programs will reach them.
Okay.
Yeah.
That is Miss Beatrice Mao, who is the DP flag bearer for the Lord Mayor position. She's vying to be the next Lord Mayor of Kampala City. And she's not alone. She has Ronald Balimwezo from the National Unity Platform. We have Cedric Kauma from the National Resistance Movement, along other parties, and of course the incumbent himself, Councillor Erias Lukwago, who is the PFF flag bearer. We wait to see on the 22nd of this month, that is going to be on this Thursday, to see who is going to be won or voted as the Lord Mayor of Kampala City, among other positions. I will be giving you more details, Mildred, in our subsequent bulletin on Amasenge J and live at 9. My name is Edgar Matthew Karuhanga. Back to you at the Political Command Center.
Thank you very much, Edgar. And of course, the voters will have the final say on the polling days. Now, 36 of the 38 NUP supporters that were arrested in November last year in Mbarara returned to court today at the Mbarara Magistrates Court. They do face charges of obstructing the Mbarara District Police Commander, Kenneth Kabwigo, while on duty. Let's now cross over to Alex Mugasha with more details. Alex, let's take through this conversation once again and what will be happening in court today. And so far, what has happened in regard to this case?
Thank you very much, Mildred. Good afternoon to you, and good afternoon to you watching us. Now, here at High Court Mbarara, we have the Magistrates Court, where the 36 now of the 38 National Unity Platform members that were arrested last year, that is in November on 7th, while their presidential candidate, or former presidential candidate for that matter, Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu, was headed to Wezwera for a rally when they were intercepted, and 38 arrested. Those included candidates that had contested for different positions that include Rwampara County District, then the woman member of parliament for the same district. Now, those two got bail or were released on bail. And what many defense lawyers for the National Unity Platform say are unknown circumstances up to now. In fact, those two had to cross from the National Unity Platform to the National Resistance Movement. That further rose suspicion. But as we speak, the 36 are back to court today, and they wait bail application hearing. And we can only wait to see whether they will be granted bail today. There has been allegations that from amongst observers and some party members that probably they are waiting for the elections to get done. That is the presidential and member of parliament election. So now that they are done, we wait to see whether today they will be granted bail, because they are battling charges of obstruction of duty to the police commander for Mbarara. That is Afande Superintendent of Police, Kenneth Kabwigo, who is in this case the complainant. The state says that when these people are released, probably they will interfere with evidence and witnesses. So that is why they are not yet getting bail. But also, some of the applicants did not satisfy the requirements of the bail applicants. So those are some of the reasons why they have not yet been released. But at least what we know is that the defense lawyers have always attended court, and sometimes the state has not appeared. So those are some of also the cases that has led to not their grant of bail. So today we wait to see whether the grade 1 magistrate Alex Baguma will grant bail to the 36 that are now in prison on remand, National Unity Platform supporters. We will be getting the details of this story to our viewer in our subsequent broadcasts. For now, let me get back to you, Mildred, at the Political Command Center. Good afternoon.
All right, good afternoon to you, Alex Mugasha, and we'll definitely be getting back to you. We'll be taking a very short commercial break. NBS Live at 1 returns in just a bit.
You used to tell me that I don't make you happy. All that time you would be complaining. I'll call you every day. Yeah, yo, baby,
you can now get all the Chibuzi out with MTN voice bundles. Call all networks. Kubei Dondoro. Buy a 25-minute voice bundle for only 1,000, or buy any daily voice bundle of your choice. Dial *100 *21# and select daily, or use the My MTN app. When we talk together, we are unstoppable.
Be classic by turning every wash into freshness with Classic Detergent Powder, the high-performance washing solution for all your laundry needs. Toughest on stains, gentle on your hands, and keeps your clothes looking fresh and bright. Enjoy the long-lasting freshness of lavender and lily fragrances. Classic Detergent Powder is affordably priced, giving you unbeatable quality at a price you will love. Customer formulunji, byara mu class ng'okozesa sabuni waffe owobuwunga Classic. Genda kuduka lyonneri kulyo kompi oba supermarket osabe Classic Detergent Powder. Classic Detergent Powder, experience a burst of freshness. Distributed by Chopper General Enterprises, located at shop number 3, Rafik Building, Chikovo, Kampala.
The journey to Uganda's future begins here. A season where voices rise, choices are made, and history is written. Through every campaign, every manifesto, and every vote, we stand with you. We renew our promise and commitment to tell your story with truth, fairness, and balance. To be live, balanced, always. From the campaign trail to the corridors of power, from the streets to the screens in your homes, wherever the story is, we are there. Because in the moments that shape our tomorrow, the nation's heartbeat is formed at one place. NBS, the Political Command Center.
Movit Relaxer Cream, brought to you by Africa's leading hair and skin experts. I get to wear my hair like I live my life. Movit Relaxer features a moisture-locking ingredient that protects your strands for strength, length, and lasting health, however you wear it. Curly, bouncy, or straight. Movit brings a dazzling brilliance to black hair. Keep moving, keep shining. Bring your hair gold to life and embrace the extraordinary version of you. Movit, all day confidence.
Up next. Brought to you by...
We now have Movit Herbal Jelly, aloe vera, avocado, and papaya. Movit, all day confidence.
Welcome back. Thank you for keeping it NBS Television. This is NBS Live at 1. Now, in more news, the Electoral Commission in Ntungamo District has received black ballot boxes ahead of the Thursday, January 22nd local government council elections. Verification of these materials is currently underway at the district tally center at the Ntungamo district headquarters, where they will be securely stored before distribution to the polling stations on the voting day.
This morning we received the polling materials for the elections of district chairperson, directly elected councillor, and district women councillor. I've received materials here for the 812 polling stations. So the materials I've received are purely ballot papers that are contained in the black boxes. The rest of the materials were received last week and they have not gone back. So we have the transparent ballot boxes that we have, the basins that we have, and any other materials. These ones were the ones that were missing. So I've received them today. I've verified together with my stakeholders around, and all of them are with us. So as usual, as we did in the past, we'll be storing them at the tally center. So the tally center will act as a store between today and when we shall dispatch them. And I'll request the DPC, who is represented here, take security of the materials. We'll be back here on Wednesday at 9 a.m. to dispatch them to the respective sub-counties so that on Thursday we're able to start voting in time. We may not have to repeat what happened last time when we received the kits very late and we dispatched at night. This time around, everything is in the district. So we shall be dispatching officially on Wednesday in the morning so that materials are offloaded at sub-counties and are ready for polling on Thursday.
And I want to appeal to candidates to talk to their voters, to keep peace and calm. I request people to work with us as security. Let's just cooperate.
Orungo County Member of Parliament-elect General J.J. Odong Bubakar has thanked voters for the overwhelming support shown during the recently concluded elections, pledging to work closely with the community to deliver on his campaign promises. He said his decisive victory reflects public trust and commitment to prioritizing livelihoods, agriculture, and income-generating initiatives over the next 5 years.
I want to assure the people that this election was a honest win. This election was an acceptance by the people of Orungo of our message of hope for their future, which addresses their basic social needs as well as economic needs. I have also heard that people were beaten during the actual election period. I would like to challenge whoever has that in mind to produce just one person. One. Don't even say 5. One person. Because I've heard there are allegations people were beaten in Okude here. Just produce one person who was beaten. So all I wanted to say is I want really to thank the people of Orungo for a very peaceful and a very calm election. They have showed a level of maturity. You'll recollect, as we were going into this election, the police, East Kyoga region, billed Orungo as a hotspot. The outcome has actually showed that Orungo was the most calm, probably of all areas in East Kyoga police region. And I want to thank the people for being able to demonstrate their maturity confidence, and indeed their sense of calmness and peace. So finally, really, once again, I want to thank the people of Orungo for the confidence they've showed in me, the love they have demonstrated, and their ability to understand that their future lies in a robust program.
Now, State Minister for Kampala and Member of Parliament-elect for Nakaseke Central, Joseph Kabuye Chofa-Togabe, has called for unity following his victory in the last week's elections, and he did appeal to his supporters of both the NRM and also those from the National Unity Platform and all other sides to set aside political differences, embrace reconciliation, and work together to improve livelihoods and drive development during the next 5-year term.
I codenamed this operation. It's going to be called Operation Harmony in Nakaseke. Then eventually, I want the same operation to go to Luwero because I feel hurt. I feel like I wanted to almost chop myself into pieces to see that we failed even to recover a single constituency in Luwero. But somehow, I'm appreciative. The NRM percentage increased from 23 to 39, so by about 16%, which was okay. But I feel hurt that every time we are losing our constituencies in Luwero because of cheap and the small petty issues and lack of harmony among the leaders. So we have to export our expertise and skills there. And also we pray to God to guide us further so that in 31, NRM can at least regain, or if not, take over well. Emphasis is mainly on coexistence, because without coexistence, you may not fail to achieve. And I also tell them the dangers about you hurting your own brother and sister, because I've discovered in these areas, most of the people are just interweaving. They are like related. Their close relationship is there. So I now want to explore and capitalize on those so that we can coexist. I want us to reestablish that, the coexistence, so that we can move as a team, rather than moving in two pieces and disunity. It will not make us good. Some arrests were recorded, and I think police is still scrutinizing them. So after the thorough scrutiny, and then they will do some bit of separations, because they are now taking account of each person. Those who are found to be innocent, of course, they'll be given back to us. So keep peace so that we can move forward. You don't need to fight. There is no hero when you're a dead hero. A dead hero is a dead hero.
And on the international scene, at least 39 people have been killed and dozens more injured after two passenger trains collided in southern Spain, marking the country's deadliest rail disaster in more than a decade, according to Spain's civil guard. Now, the clash and crash occurred near the town of Adamuz, close to the city of Cordoba, when a Madrid-bound train derailed and crossed into the opposite track, striking an outgoing service. Rail operators said around 400 passengers and crew were on board and two trains at the time of collision. Andalusia's emergency services confirmed that at least 73 people were taken to hospital, including 24 in serious condition. Among those injured were 4 children. Spain's transport minister described the incident as highly unusual as investigators began examining the cause of this derailment. Rail network operator ADIF said the Madrid-bound train had left Malaga shortly before the crash and derailed on a straight section of the track roughly about 10 minutes into its journey. The impact forced the second train, which was traveling from Madrid to Huelva, into a nearby embankment, with most of the fatalities occurring in its front carriages. The train also involved was a high-speed fresher, 1,000 motor capable of very, very high speeds. And rescue crews worked through mangled wreckage to reach trapped passengers, describing the operation as extremely complex and challenging. And the upset news from Spain brings us to the end of NBS Live at 1. Thank you so much for keeping it right here. But remember, it is still election period on up until the 6th of February, and we'll be here as the Political Command Center to bring you all the latest of the updates. Good afternoon. I am Mildred Tohaise. God bless you.